This is officially my first episode of my artist series, and I'm here with a little bit of a tea because I wanted to relax. Basically, what I wanted to talk about today was the swing of things and how I've been getting back into it, and some lessons and reflections that I've learned, all while having a little bit of tea, and how things are going to progress and what are the next steps. So, let's begin. So today, I had my first voice lesson that I haven't had in a really long time. Not with the person that I usually take. I just wanted a new opinion. I really like my voice teacher. She's around my age. But we were really far away from each other and I wanted an in-person consultation. So I got one. And basically what had happened today was the instructor today basically had said that I know probably more than her in terms of technique. It was just for very beginners. And I'm not bragging here, but I have been doing things for a while now, and I just wanted a second opinion. And so that just got me thinking that, oh my god, half of this is all in my head, but half of my problems are not. And I wanted to dive into that. I had a similar situation. Last week I got back into dance classes, and my dance instructor that I had previously had seen was really amazed with me because I was gone I was completely abroad. My dance instructor was amazed that I basically haven't lost any techniques while I was gone, and that also got me thinking, wow, it's all in my head. And it's just so interesting because for a while now I have had such issues actually enjoying doing the things that I love, spending time with myself and my creativity one-on-one, being vulnerable with it, mainly because I don't know, but I actually had a reflection, and I've been going through a lot with transitions and being around people who are kind of negative that are related to me, and I have come to realize that what I'm looking for with all of this is just some kind of validation, and I think some external validation, what I'm trying to say, and I think I'm not going about this the right way. Part of my journey is that I'm going to need to really try to bring in these intrinsic factors, intrinsic motivation within me. And this is really hard to admit for the first time, especially on camera, to the internet. Probably the reason why I do half of these things is not for just me, but it's also for attention. And to be honest with you, I don't think any artist, I don't think any creative just sits there and thinks that, oh, they just want their art for themselves and they don't want anybody to see, and they don't want anybody to have positive feedback on it, right? I just don't think that's possible. I think inherently we want a community, and creative people, whatever sphere you're in, whether it could be ice skating, whether it's making music, whether it's painting, we're given these gifts, this ability to share with the world, and we want to get our voices out there. So I agree with that. What happened? What happened with this direct Whoa. What happened with this direct path I have with the universe? What happened with this direct path I have to God? Why are things so out of order? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's just talking and explaining the world and shining a mirror, a light on the world and the state of the world as a creative through whatever spiritual thing you believe or what you don't believe. Creativity is a gift from the universe, and I'm not very religious. I'm not very religious at all. Like, I don't believe in following a religion, or I don't believe in following certain prophets or anything, but there is something mystical and magical to it. I wish I had the footage. The good news is that I finally got into the gist of things, and I guess that's cool, but like, there comes a point where you're just doing things robotically. Technique-wise, I'm fine, but where's the soul? Where's the soul? I don't feel much joy still doing it. And it's not because I don't like it. Like, after I finish with a song, after I finish with a dance class, I feel great. I feel amazing. I'm really proud of myself. I, however, did not get that spark of life yet. Did not get that spark back yet. And it's honestly, oh God, it's honestly because I've been dealing with a lot of unwanted feedback, and I think I've talked about this in my pre-episode. It's been because I've been dealing with unwanted feedback because I get a lot of information from close friends and family, and I love them to death, but who do you think you are? Every single person has a different opinion, mainly because people's families are not all the same demographic. They're not all the same age. They're not from the same place. They're not the same race. They're not the same gender, you know? And everybody loves giving up an opinion. Everybody loves being the morality police. And people also love the fact that just because I'm not doing a job as an engineer or a doctor, they think that they are allowed to push me into directions. And I don't allow them to do that. But they just believe that they can push me into certain directions and opinions that they think is correct. Which I don't even understand how you can think that way, because everything creative is just so subjective. I may not like something, and maybe things are technically not up par with somebody else. You know what I mean? But you shouldn't compare. But that doesn't mean you know better. And so I've been taking some time to myself. I've just been writing. I've been emptying my thoughts. And I've started just to get back into the swing of things. And I think just having some overall compliments from instructors boosted my mood, boosted my energy. Now, what I really want to do is by next Wednesday, so a week, I'm going to try to write 3 songs, and they can be the shittiest songs you've ever heard. The goal here is not for me to be judgmental, it's just to observe and to create from a very neutral position. You know, I'm not the creator of the world, and as we can observe in nature, a lot of things are not made perfectly. So by that law, why do I have to always create perfectly? You know, why do I always have to make beautiful things? Why do I have to make things that are positive for society? I don't. I just need to create to create. And that's all I'm gonna do, really. That's my homework for next week. Stay tuned. Next week I will have footage of me in the swing of things. You'll also have footage of me making those really bad songs from start to finish, just because things gotta get done. You know, it's a step-by-step process. And it's not that fucking scary. It's not that fucking scary to put yourself out there. It's not that fucking scary to do some work. But there's got to be homework for yourself. There's got to be some obstacles you overcome. And this is not an obstacle. This is just to make some things fun again. So anyway, that's my little update. I hope you liked it. No, I don't actually care if you like it. That's another thing. I don't really care if you like it. That's just my update. Stay tuned for next week. Stay tuned to see what the heck is coming, because I'm even interested to see what I'm gonna make, you know? Anyway, that's it. See y'all later. Bye-bye!